Hello friends, you're with a lonesome gamer, and I'm still playing Dungeon Universalis. So, we're doing okay. Maybe not fantastic. I'm a little bit afraid of the time, but we had some trouble because of the firewall here, but we were lucky and found a trapdoor which saved us, brought us, and we found a secret door. Both was really lucky, and that kind of brought us back into the game, and we ended up in this corridor here, getting out of the room underneath the trapdoor, and we had that fight with a couple of orcs, and now we are actually close to the treasure chamber. So let's move on here. Time goes by. And let's see if there is a trap in the upcoming room. And there is not. Excellent. So now let's hope for a tile that brings us into the treasure chamber. And that's not what we want. Shit. Okay, so we end up with this thing here. A medium-sized tile, and I have a feeling I want to search again for a secret door. But first, let's draw two furniture. So it's empty and barrels and boxes. And now let's see if there's an encounter in this room. And there is not. Excellent. So that means we have to deal with these barrels and boxes. So we roll 2d6. Because of the extreme curiosity, we can add 2 to the result. Okay, that is a 6 then. And it says nothing interesting is found. Okay. And now I want to search the room for a secret door, so that means we spend another turn in here. If we hang out there too long, we have a problem. So I'm not sure if we can even enter the treasure chamber. So let's first we got to roll again if there's a trap while we are searching for the door. And there is not. And that means now we can roll 3 dice. And we need a 6 to find a door. And because of the eagle eye of this guy here, we can re-roll one of the dice. Shit. Okay. 4 times a 4. That is crazy. So that means I get $3. Because a 4 plus gives us money. And yeah, now I'm in trouble. I don't know what to do. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move back here, and depending on what that room is, if that room is an exit toward here, I'm going to move there. If it doesn't, I'm going to leave the dungeon. I know it sucks and I wanted to show you more, but the good thing is we're going to have enough money. I have 68 experience points. That was pretty good until now, or 68 value points, and I need 70 to unlock the next level of the dungeons. And I could already do that with what I have, because I can buy me, for example, a fortune here, and that would give me 2 more value points. So yeah, the money I found is already sufficient because I found enough before. So It's not that important to get into the trap. I would love to do, of course, because it would help me later in the game. And I would probably get some cool equipment and stuff. But I don't want to die in that dungeon. So I guess I'm simply going to move back. And I will roll another die for an encounter. And this time, I don't want that actually. I don't want to fight again in this stupid corridor. And luckily we don't have to. So that was kind of neat. And now we roll again if there's a trap on the other side. And this time we have a trap. And it's an ambush. Oh my goodness. So that means we have to fight again in this stupid corridor. The usual way. Wait a minute. Use this card during an exploration turn. Place creatures for up to 6 points in an already explored section. Yeah, so that has to be... Okay, great. Yeah, that kind of sucks. The question is, are they placed in the other room? Empty of creatures and adjacent to one where there is at least one character from the group of heroes. Okay, so that means they basically show up in this room here where we just were. And they are behind us basically. Empty of creatures and adjacent to one where there is at least one character from the group of heroes. Placed in the usual way. Yeah. Okay, I think I get it. So that means we're going to need a medium-sized room that we're going to place here. Okay, so this is the room where we come from. This is this medium-sized room, and this is the corridor here. And I ignore this specific shape of the corridor because that sometimes makes it too easy. You can't just wait around the corner. It might even be a problem here. So we'll see. So one thing I want to also randomly determine is the size of the door. Now, if it would be a large room, I would say on a 1 to 4, it's a large door. But because it's a medium room, and also if it's a small room, on a 1 to 4, it's a small door. Okay, so we have a small door, which means only one person can move through, and that can be important. Okay, and then we have these boxes and barrels, and there's kind of like 9 options where we can place that, except for here, so maybe 8. It's not exactly. Okay, that is number 4. 1, 2, 3. So it's actually in the center of the room. There are the boxes and the barrels. That's interesting. Okay, you remember we found these in the other room. Okay, and we have here now the Great Orc Tribes table again, and it's an ambush. So let's roll. We got to add 2 to the roll. So that's a 7. So we have 3 warriors with axe and improvised shield, 2 warriors with spear and improvised shield, 1 shooter with javelin, and the skill Watchman. Now, yeah, okay, fine. So let's see. Okay, so you can see here now, this is the group that we have to fight. Now, a big problem is, I mean, it's a bit tricky with the miniatures because I don't have that great a miniatures. So the thing is, this guy, this, and these, all these guys are basically guys with axe and improvised shield. Then these two guys here are the ones with the spear, and that makes sense, I guess. And this guy here with the bow, this is the shooter, but he has javelins. I wonder, it says how many? With javelins, whatever that means. Does he have 2? Oh yeah, it says here, or 2 javelins. Okay, nice. So, a problem is that this guy, the shooter, he has that skill Watchman, and that costs an additional point, by the way. No, actually not. I think this is already baked in here in the calculation. Yeah, so he has the skill Watchman, and his priority is he will run to the next unexplored door. And if you see this tile here, it's basically like this. So we come from here, from the corridor, and this door on the right is unexplored. So that means he will move here, open the door, and hope for some other guys in the room, that they will help him. So he opens the door, and we got to roll if there are additional enemies, basically. Just the same way as we would have opened the door. So that's a bit, we'll see. Just a moment. Let's start the initiative roll. And we should be in a better shape, although I wonder if the Watchman has a... Yeah, he's got a +2 to all initiative rolls. Oh no, except if the creature was spawned by means of a reinforcement or ambush card. Oh nice, okay, so he doesn't have that. So therefore, yeah, they have a 0, and I have, I think, a +4. So let's see. That is enough for me. I win that. And now I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. In a way, my goal is to prevent this guy from opening that door. So I think if I stand in front of that door, he won't do that. So maybe I should simply start attacking these guys and push them in this direction so that he cannot move through here. So yeah, I think I want to do that. So I move in, 1, 2, and then I will simply attack the first warrior. They got a combat strength of 3, so they are actually not too impressive. But they have, oh man, they only have, let me see, with axe, I'm not even sure if they have, yeah, they have a leather armor. But that means they only have a agility of 1, which is pretty insane. So let's see. But I'm going to change to the elven sword here. Okay. Okay, that was bad. And I wonder, yeah, I think what I want to do is I want to send this guy in and go into berserker mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could even move here. Yeah, that's true, because they are engaged now, so I can't even move here and attack this guy. And I have 2 attacks with an additional -1. Let's see. That could be actually enough. Oh boy, well, how bad is that? But I'm not sure. Let's see, but I might even consider re-rolling this one. Because it would be cool if I could immediately move through to this guy here. Let's see. Okay, let's calculate that. So I got a 3, plus 4 is a 7, minus 1 because of the Berserker brings me to a 6, minus 1 because of the X brings me to a 5. This guy has a 4, plus 3 is 8, but he's got an X, so that's minus 1, so that's 7. I think that's it, right? Yeah, he's clearly superior here. You know, I think I want to do a reroll here. I can beat this guy, I think. Okay, that is enough. So that means I can now... He could try to block me with his improvised shield, and he didn't. And that means I do now quite a bit of damage, I hope. So I got 6 dice, and I can reduce his armor by 2. So everything but a 1 is a hit. And that kills the first guy. That is pretty cool. So this guy is already dead, and I can move now here, which means I kind of block the door, and I can immediately, because I am the Berserker here, I can immediately attack the shooter. Wow, fantastic. That looks really bad for the shooter, and he cannot block, he's unarmed. Well, that's actually not true. He's not unarmed. He can use his javelin also in melee, but that doesn't help him anyway. So that means I get now 7 dice because I have a critical hit. And again, well, I mean, yeah, minus 2. So that means everything but a 1 is a hit. And that is more than enough to kill the second guy. So that worked out really well. Thinking about moving one step ahead. And you know what, I'm going to do that. So in this way, the other guy, if he pushes me back, I'm not facing the wall. I'm not with my back against the wall, which could be an advantage. And yeah, okay, so we don't have to be afraid that this watchman will try to open the door anymore. This guy is gone now. Okay, I'm gonna move this guy 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna move in here. And the reason why I want to do that is I don't want these guys, when they activate, I don't want them to move toward me, because that will then allow them to use their brutal ability. But when they stand already right in front of me, they can't use that. They have to make one step toward me to actually trigger that. So in this way, I'm already engaged with both of them, and I'm going to attack one of them, probably this guy, because if I win, I can push him back and push him against the wall, I guess. So that would be nice. But first, let's see. Okay, that was not successful. And what I'm going to do, though, is I want to try to move 1, 2, 3. Well, actually 3. I got to go through the door. This looks like that's a little weird. I should have placed a wall marker here or something like that. And I can now use a spell. This one here, the light spear. Target takes 4 damage dice against intelligence. So I want to try to hit this guy. I'm pretty sure he's not too clever. So let's see, we need a 5 to be successful. And that is successful indeed. So that means I'm going to place a mana token here. And I have a critical success. Not sure about the shield. I think the shield usually reduces damage of magical attacks by 1. But also if it's a critical, I'm not sure. I'm going to check that. Okay, so if I'm right about that, I'm not sure if I am. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, he can block against magical attacks, and he takes 1 less. He doesn't have to roll for that, if I understand that right. And he takes 1 less damage die. So, because I did a critical, he takes 4 damage die. But the shield will have to do a breaking roll. And because his shield breaks, because it's just an improvised shield, it breaks on a 6 or lower, so it will always break. Now, I'm not quite sure. I think that when a shield breaks, you take a damage die, but I think that means that if the shield blocks a hit from a melee weapon or so, you basically don't take the standard damage dice, but then the shield breaks and you take 1 damage die instead. I don't think that applies in Magic combat. So I'm simply going to roll the 4 dice, and his shield is broken, and he has an intelligence of 3, so we need a 3+ to do damage. Okay, so he takes 3 wounds. Cool. He has 5 wounds though, so yeah, quite a bit. And that's it. So let's see. Now it's the other guys, and we're going to roll a die and see if they get a power card. Nope. So then, who's going to activate first? I think it doesn't really matter. Let's start with this guy. And that is a melee fighter. So he will go for the target which is easiest to hit. And well, I mean, this is, he cannot go anywhere else basically, so it's going to be this guy. And they are already engaged because he's got this long range weapon. So he's going to attack him. And that was not good enough. And now let's continue with him, I guess. And he attacks him. They are already in... I mean, he could move around here. He could disengage. So the question is, which one of these guys activates first? Because if he fights him, then he could disengage and attack the Celestial, which is probably easier to hit than this guy. Although I'm not even sure about that. It's a little bit tricky here. Oh no, we have to distribute the attacks. Okay, so he attacks this guy. And that is a success. Alright, so, not so great. I'm going to try to block that with my buckler, but I need a 6 to do that. I don't have that. So that means now he's got an axe, so he does 4, he has 4 damage dice. I got 4, it could be dangerous now, he might even kill me here. Yeah, I take 2 wounds. Oh man, if I just take 1 more wound, I'm dead. So I'm wounded. That's not good. Yeah, so I take 2 wounds here, but I still have quite a bit of fortune. This is getting dangerous. And And now it's this guy, and he's going to attack the... Wait a minute. So he's going to disengage and attack the Celestial after I did my nasty spell. He moves here now and tries to attack the Celestial. And yeah, I got my invulnerability, so that's kind of cool. If he doesn't roll a 6, I don't have to care, basically. And he doesn't. That's nice. So, let's see. Let's activate this guy here. Turns around. That's a hit. That's not looking so good. So that means it's even a critical. So that means if I want to use my shield, I need a 5 or 6 here. I don't have that. I can try to roll again, and I will. And I do have a 6. That is great, but I used my shielding action, so I cannot do an action next turn. And last, it's this guy here. And because now everybody else was attacked, the question is, who are they going for? The enemy which is easiest to hit. So this is also this guy then. So he moves here, turns around. Or maybe not. He's now wounded. Let's see. So he only has a 4, and then a 4 agility, only a 3 agility because he's wounded. And this guy has the same thing. So he goes after the one who dealt the most damage, and that was this guy. So he moves here and attacks this guy. Okay, so let's see. And that is no problem for the barbarian. Oh. Actually, I think we should have... Oh no, he has the wounds placed here. So, what are we going to do now? It's my turn. This guy can't do anything. He simply removes this marker, and that's it. So, the Celestial will use his dagger. Gives him a -1 when attacking because it's a parrying dagger. But he's going to try to attack this guy here. And that looks pretty good. The other guy is wounded. So let's check that. I got a 7. That's an 11, so I got a 10. And the other guy has a 6. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. So I do 3 damage. It's not a lot with my dagger, but still. Shit. Is 3 enough? No, that's not enough. That was unlucky. So then I'm going to activate the Physician, and I hope I get some space here. I need to push this sucker back so that I can drink my healing potion. If that doesn't work, I'm in a lot of trouble. Oh, wait a minute. I got Stealth. That allows me to ignore enemy melee range once per combat turn. You know, this is actually cool. I can ignore it. So I guess I could simply drink my potion. I can complete. It doesn't say only when moving away or something. It simply says ignore it. So I'm going to drink the potion and heal. And that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to attack. Oh boy, that didn't... maybe it did actually. Oh no, I gotta... Oh man, this is a critical failure on a 1 or 2 with my flail. So I'm going to reroll this. Oh, good lord. At least it's not a critical this time, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough. Okay, so in the end it has to be this guy. He's still in berserker mode. If he's doing good, he can kill both of these fuckers, but we'll see. So he's attacking the left one. And that wasn't good at all. Oh boy, that's a terrible... well, okay, let's do a second attack. Okay, that looks great. So that is definitely a hit. And now he can move in. And he will roll 7 dice. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, okay, so this guy is killed. Nice. Okay, it's again the dark player's turn. And this time there is no power card. So, I mean, everybody's pretty much engaged. So I guess we simply roll here and start with this pair. And that was a success, man. That was a success. That's not good. So that means my wizard. Oh no, wait a second. I think that was not a 6, was it? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a 6. Yeah, I think it was not a 6. So that means she doesn't take damage because she's invulnerable. She only takes damage from a critical hit. I think that was not a 6. And now this guy attacks here. Oh, good lord, what am I rolling? This is terrible. Okay, I gotta spend... I don't want to take that blunder. That's a 4 against a 5. I think that's good enough, though. Yeah, that should do it. Here, these two guys. That was good. And now over here, the physician again, he's also doing fine. So now it's our turn again, and maybe we can finish them now. Let's start here with the berserker. Maybe that's enough. I'm not sure, but I got a -1 for being a berserker. So I don't think it is. You basically have the same -1 here, -1 for the axe. No, that's not enough. But we got a second attack. And, oh, you know what? I forgot the fast strikes when I attacked. I should have used that. I had a good chance to, yeah, well, whatever. Okay, so that was a success, and that means I get 7 dice. You know what? I forgot again. There's so many modifiers because I'm close by now. He's got a -1 modifier with his long-range weapon. But, you know, I don't care about that anymore. I hope I can kill him now. And yeah, that is good enough. So this guy is dead indeed, and I'm going to move here. Okay, now let's do the Celestial. And he uses his fast attacks, so he can roll 3 dice and take... Oh, my goodness. Wow. Fast attacks. A double, no. Okay, that didn't work out. So these two guys now. Probably also not good enough, but I'm not sure. But I don't think so. We'll see. Okay, so let's see. I rolled a 5. +4 is a 9. And this guy has a 7. +3 is a 10. However, he's got a negative modifier because of his axe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's a -1. And you know what I forgot? There's also a modifier on the enemies. Whatever. Okay, it's so hard, man. I have to focus more. This is even harder on camera. Okay, but that means I think it's even. It's a tie. And I have a better agility. So this is actually a hit. And that means I can roll 6 dice. But he can try to parry, to block with his shield. And that was a success. Okay, so yeah, can't do anything here. And then it's these guys up here. And that was also a success. And he cannot block this with the shield because I got a critical and his shield is only an improvised shield. And that means I do 5 damage. Okay, so that's 3 hits against this guy. And I can't push him back. I wonder if I want to do that. I don't think so. No, I'm okay. So, it's the dark player again. And this time he draws a card. And it says fortune. So that means a creature gets a fortune point. And I think it's gonna be the creature with the highest points. They are all even, so it's gonna be the creature with the highest combat value, which is also even. So, you know, I'm gonna roll a die here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that means this guy here gets a fortune point. And he will use it basically in case either of a critical failure or if he should get killed. And that costs him 2 points. And he attacks. And that is a success, which isn't good. Yep, and it's a critical. And that sucks. I wonder if I should take that. That gives him 5 hits. That could easily kill me. It's a tough decision, you know. I could take the hit, probably die. And although I have 5 life points, you know, I'm going to take the hit. Yeah, I'm going to take the hit and save my fortune. I can still pay the fortune if I die. And yeah, I hope I don't, obviously. So that means he takes 5, he can do 5 damage with his... Oh, and it's even a -1 on armor. Wow, that's tough, man. Because it's the axe. Huh. Or should I make him reroll that? I mean, basically everything but a 1 is a hit. You know, I'm gonna let him reroll that. I still have 2, which could save me then. So I don't really remember what I had. It might have been the 6 here, but as long as he doesn't roll a 6, I'm okay. Oh fuck, he rolls a 6 again. Okay, that's bad. So that means I have to take that hit, and it will probably kill me. And it didn't, because he rolled a 1. Wow, but I'm wounded. I'm badly wounded. I take 4 wounds, and I'm in a ton of trouble now. All right. And he pushes me back, and he follows. I forgot that also to do from time to time. Okay, then we continue our fight here. That is also good, but is it good enough? Maybe not. So again, I got to think about that. I got a 4. This guy has a -1 because of his weapon, the axe, and therefore it's not enough. because my agility is higher. It's a tie and my agility is higher. So he didn't do it. And let's see what happens here against the physician. Again, he's rolling good, but because my abilities are simply better than his, yeah, he doesn't do it. Okay, so now we've really got to figure out how to end this combat. This is getting ugly. Okay, I think I want to move here and try to attack this guy twice. And I can attack him from behind, so that gives me an advantage. And that looks really good. So I'm pretty sure he's dead. Get a lot of dice here, 7 dice. Yeah. Okay, so this guy is killed. And I don't think I have a second attack. I'm pretty sure I cannot move again. Yeah, I think once you finish moving, you can't continue. There are situations in Dungeon Crusade where you can do it, but I'm pretty sure you can't do it here. So he is basically done, but that now leaves an option for this guy to attack from behind. And maybe I can save... Maybe I can save the Celestial now. So let's do that. That is great. That's a blunder. He's got his fortune though. And in a critical failure, he's going to reroll that. So he's going to reroll. Okay, that's not bad. But I think it's not good enough. Yeah, no, I attack from behind. He's wounded. So that's definitely not good enough. And that allows me to roll 6 dice. And let's hope we can kill him. Yeah, that is enough. He only has 1 wound left. So we saved the angel. And he's going to immediately drink a potion. Or she. Wow, that was close, man. I wonder if I should... No, I don't. So we're just going to do a fight here. And that's it. Wow, I mean, that is a finishing move here, right? So he cannot block that, and that means now that we can roll, I don't know, like, let me see, 6 dice, and he's already wounded, so I mean, okay. That was that. Okay, so we managed to kill all these guys, so let's search the bodies. And so we had 4 warriors. No, that's not true. We had 6 warriors. 4 with axes, 2 with spears, and we had 1 shooter. That means we have 7 dice. And if we're lucky, we find something of value. That is not impressive at all. That is a single 5. That means we get 1 buck. And that's all that's all we find, man. Oh boy, that was ugly. Okay, so that was a trap card in this room. Now I'm not going to move back again because now I was in this room. I imagine that, okay, we are here now, right? We don't want to make it more complicated than it is. So that trap was resolved. That was basically one battle that took place in this whole area, you could argue. And now we are allowed to draw a new room tile. And this is a large room. And this is interesting because this is a room now that would allow us again to try to move here. And I'm thinking about doing that. But before we have to roll 2 dice because that's a large room. No, before we do that, we have to check for furniture. We might have a special element there. Look at that. There's a special element. So that means we do not roll, we do not draw additional cards. Instead, we draw a special element card. And that is the Room of the Mirrors. Each character that enters this room must pass an intelligence test at the end of his turn. If he fails, he will get the condition stunned. Then he will activate for a second time in the same turn and attack the closest ally with his weapon. Creatures controlled by the dark players don't have to pass this test. That's not good. That's a large room. That means we have to roll twice. And this could be pretty chaotic, man. Because here, creatures are allowed in this room, right? So we just roll. Okay, again, I don't want to face anybody here, please. Oh man, we were lucky. Nobody there. That would have been very chaotic if we had to hang out there for a long time. But we still have to try. Yeah, so okay, first of all, I also want to mark this room, that it's kind of a special room. I'm going to place the marker here, because if we want to go back to this, through this room, this will remain basically the room of mirrors. These mirrors are there for the rest of the game, just like the firewall here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to try to do these tests, and if someone fails the intelligence test, he's going to attack a random character of his own group. Okay, so let's start with the wizard. And she did it. This guy needs a 7. He fucked up. Okay, so he's going to attack someone with his... Well, but usually, you know what? Usually he carries this thing. I mean, we want to be fair here, right? So he attacks the guy with his... he then changes always. I forgot that. So he carries this thing. And that is... So he attacks a random person. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he attacks the wizard. That's great, man. That's just great. So that means... well, we'll see. Oh man, that's a blunder. So that's weird, right? I mean, do I want to... I'm not even sure what I want to do here. Okay, I'm going to accept that blunder result, and I hope that I do not roll a 1. I mean, I don't want to spend a fortune to do a reroll, but I also don't want this weapon to get broken. I'm gonna roll, and I hope that the weapon doesn't break. That's all. I mean, this is incredible. His magical weapon broke. He made an insane stunt and attacked a mirror or something with all his force. And what happened is that the weapon broke. This wonderful orc detecting short sword. That was so great. And he blew it, man. What an idiot. Well, okay. I mean, it's gone. Such is life. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, let's see, this guy here. Oh great, man. He he uses his armor-piercing battle axe to attack whom exactly, huh? Okay, that's this guy. I mean, that might be okay because the physician is actually a pretty good fighter. So let's see what happens here. Okay, that was okay. No, wait a minute. This is actually the attacker and this is the defender, and it's not good. Man, this could even kill the guy. Oh God, this is so ridiculous, man. You know what? I'm going to force him to reroll that. So I'm going to spend a fortune and I'm going to force him to reroll that attack. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so nothing happened here at least. And then this guy has to do this. And he is okay. Oh man. We've lost this great magical item. What a bummer. Okay, at least we made it through the room. Now let me... 1, 2, 3... Okay, let's say we move... Okay, first of all, let's just check what's in here, right? And because this is kind of a special room, there's no trap here. So we draw the next room card. Did I actually move this? I don't think so. I think I was just calculating there. So let's see. Okay, this is again a corridor. So there's not going to be any furniture there. Let's see if we have an encounter in this room. Yep. Okay, we do have again an encounter. Let's see. Okay, that's a wandering creature. A dark player may spawn creatures. Okay, that's not so bad, I guess. So let's see what we got here. This is... okay, that's a 2 plus 2, that's a 4. I don't think this is going to be so terrible. That's a warrior with an axe and an improvised shield, and a shooter with a short bow. Okay, so we're just going to basically turn this around. I mean, okay, we come from a large room, but that doesn't really matter at that point. So, it's such a shame that we don't have this cool weapon anymore. Okay, let's see what type of door we have. On a 1 to 4, it's a small door. And it's actually a large door, look at that. Okay, so there's the corridor here. And we got to set up these guys. So we got a shooter and the warrior. So that means the warrior is back here and the shooter is right here. And it's with a short bow. Okay. Okay, let's do an initiative roll here. Ooh. Shocking. Okay, the good thing is, no, that's not a good thing at all. We might have actually lost that roll. So I got the cat. I got a +1 for the hunter, and that's it. So I got a +2. That brings me to 5. This guy has a 7. So that means he wins that roll. Ah, well, okay. And that means we activate the shooter first. And he attacks the enemy which is easiest to hit. Let me see if there's a difference between the two. I don't think so. And then he goes against the one with the lowest armor, and that is going to be the centaur. So he attacks the centaur. That's a 6. So the shooter only has a 3. So that is a miss, even if I don't calculate all the crap. I mean, yeah, it's also a medium distance, so it would not have been enough. So he missed, and now it's this other guy, and he attacks now the barbarian. He has a movement value of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He makes it. And now we have a fight. And this is going to be this brutal thing now. He uses his brutal skill because he moves towards him. He charges toward him. And he tries to hit him badly. And goddamn does he hit him badly. Okay, well, guess we have to live with that. That gives him +2 damage dice because he gets 1 for the critical hit and another 1 for the brutal. So that gives him 6 damage dice. I mean, I have a lot of armor though, so that's good. He has an axe though, which means it's a -1 on armor. Yeah, okay, fuck it. Gotta take that hit. I'm gonna take that hit. Okay. I think that was okay. I take 2 wounds. Yeah. That's 2 wounds. I got an armor of 4. So I'm okay here, I guess. That could have been worse. Okay. Oh, I should have rolled the die. I'm gonna do that. Oh man, this is actually... He's got a special ability. Outstanding Warrior. One character of the Dark Player's choice gets a +1 to its combat skill and strength. So I guess I'm going to give that to him. And because that gives him a +1 on its strength, he gets an additional die, a damage die. Okay, that didn't work either. So I'm okay here. But that cost 2 points. So he's at 19. Okay, then it's me. And I'm going to go berserk again. I'm going to try to attack this guy. And that was a success. That's a good... Yeah, that is excellent. He could try to... No, he can't defend against a 6 with an improvised shield. That means I got 7 dice and good odds to kill him. I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, it's still good enough. 5 hits, that is good enough. And so this guy is gone. I'm going to move forward. I haven't moved yet. So I'm pretty sure I can now simply run toward him because I'm in berserker mode, and I can attack this guy. And because I was, during my start of my activation, I was not in line of sight, I'm pretty sure he cannot use his defensive shot. Oh wow, look at that. Awesome. Yeah, so that should now also kill this. Yeah. Is it too good enough? It is. So he's also dead. Excellent. Okay, that worked out well. We can roll 2 dice to search the bodies. Okay, we find a buck. Nice. Okay, I'm going to leave it here for now. So the group is located right in front of the treasure chamber, and we got to face a decision. Do we want to go in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we can do it. We're going to move in. I don't want to go through this stupid hall of mirrors again. So we got to find our way. Got to find another way, but I think we can do it. Okay, I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.